Casper the Cell, and I'm here to tell you all about an important cell mechanism called apoptosis. Apoptosis is a type of energy-dependent programmed cell death. It is basically a genetically controlled and timely way for certain cells to die. So why do cells need to die, you ask? Well, cell death is an extremely important cellular process for several reasons. Firstly, it plays an important role in gamete maturation and organogenesis. Secondly, it maintains cellular homeostasis and damaged cell removal. Thirdly, cells affected by infectious agents can be removed via apoptosis. Therefore, apoptosis is just a normal part of development and aging and is a key player in maintaining tissue cell populations. So, what exactly is apoptosis? It's a physiological process which affects individual cells, and it's characterized by an orchestrated sequence of morphological and biochemical changes to cell structure. Apoptosis can be induced by internal and external signals and mediated by proteins called caspases in two pathways. The intrinsic pathway involves the release of cytochrome C from mitochondria. The extrinsic pathway involves activation of cell surface death receptors. The intrinsic pathway is mediated by BCL2, whose job is to bind Bax and keep him in check. When the cell is stressed, it sends apoptotic signals which cause the formation of BID. That causes BCL2 to release Bax. Bax then travels to the mitochondrial wall and makes pores which release cytochrome C. Cytochrome C and APAF1 form an apoptosome which activates initiator caspase 9. Caspase 9 then activates caspase 3. And now let's move on to the extrinsic pathway. In the extrinsic pathway, death receptors such as FADs bind to their ligand and activate adaptor proteins like FADD. FADD activates caspase 8, which will then activate caspase 3. The two pathways then both converge as effector caspase 3 activates the death substrates, which causes the formation of apoptotic bodies, chromatin condensation, and DNA degradation. Now that we know how it works normally, let's have a look at what happens when something goes wrong and how tumor cells can avoid apoptosis. P53 is a protein that has a big role in regulating the levels of BCL2, Bax, and BID. If something goes wrong with P53, not enough BID or Bax is made, so apoptosis can't occur. In other cases, P53 will be forced to make too much BCL2, and again, apoptosis can't occur. This is important in some cancers that cause defects in P53. Some tumor cells may cause a downregulation of FAS or induce the expression of a non-functional FAS. They can even express FAS ligand to cause apoptosis in FAS-expressing cells such as T cells. Hopefully now you can see how important apoptosis is in normal cell function and understand the basic mechanisms of the normal pathways to apoptosis. A hallmark of cancer cells is the evasion of apoptosis, and by now you will know a few ways that it achieves this. Well, that's it from me, folks. Adios!